What's up, guys? I'm gonna give a minute for folks to roll in, and then I'm gonna give an update on my court case slash legal battle with New Chicago. I'm gonna do it at a minute and a half. I'll give the update, and then people can chime in or review or whatever they want to do. What's up, my man? I want to get together with you, Huckleberry. Um, Shoot me an email, indybluenews@gmail.com, because I would love to connect with you. Me and Your News Now are actually talking about that. Like 2 weeks ago when we were in Frankfurt, we were talking about it. So I'm gonna pull over real quick, and then I'm gonna give my update as to kind of what's going on. All right, sounds good, man. Yeah, I'd like to connect. I'm down in Indianapolis every Monday, so I don't know how far you are from Indy, but maybe we could shoot over on early Tuesday morning, like 3, 4 in the morning, something like that. Because I'm down there at like 1 Eastern usually. So yeah, maybe we can connect something. All right. So some people know, some people don't. But here's the deal. I was charged in New Chicago with felony battery of a public official because an unnamed officer got beat up by my driver's license. I was charged with felony intimidation because I said in my live stream I had my gun on the front seat. And when the officer reviewed my video the next day, decided that they were scared because I said I had my firearm with me. I was charged with misdemeanor disorderly conduct, and that's from my traffic stop. The next day I went back with qualified immunity, the pig, and I was charged with felony possession of a firearm on school grounds. Then I went to turn myself in and did a live stream from the jail, and I was told it was going to be a 4-hour wait. New Chicago cops followed my live stream, called Lake County, had me arrested in the parking lot of the jail, and they charged me with disorderly conduct there. So in a 5-day span or 7-day span, I collected all those charges and had to post bond 3 times. Part of what they did is they didn't charge me altogether. They put in my initial charges, and then I bonded out, and then as soon as I bonded out, they put in another charge, which automatically revokes your bond in Indiana. If you're on bond and you get another charge, you get put on a no bond hold. So they did that shit just to mess with me. They also, what's up, man? They also, New Chicago, sent a letter to the state police to get my gun permit revoked. So I had to mail my gun permit back, or face an additional charge for that. So I did mail that back. So I do not have a valid gun permit right now. So that's where everything stands. That's what I was charged with. That's what happened. That was the course of everything. Also, Lake County seized my firearm. When I went to bond out, my gun was in my car. And when they arrested me in the parking lot, they took my gun. So they have my firearm. What's up, Jen? So that's the long of everything. So I've been dealing with all this since January. They put the warrant out for my arrest January 12th or January 13th, something like that. I was out of state with my wife for our anniversary, and that was January 11th, and then they put the warrant out for my arrest while I was gone. So either the 12th or the 13th, they put the first warrant out, and then I was in hiding. My lawyer was negotiating stuff. blah, blah, blah. So, like I said, I ended up bonding out of jail 3 times in 1 week, and that's all my charges. The disorderly conduct from the jail was not a big deal. I got a deferral on that. So basically, I'm going to bring that up, Jen. I'll talk about it at the end. Right now, I'm just going over everything that happened. The disorderly conduct at the jail was bullshit. The prosecutor essentially gave me a deferral on it. So if I don't get in trouble for 6 months, and I signed that sometime in June or July, I think, as long as I don't get in trouble in 6 months, that charge is dismissed. It's like a traffic ticket, essentially. Like, as long as you don't get in trouble, charge goes away. So that was taken care of. That was no big deal. Then I was left with felony battery, felony intimidation, misdemeanor disorderly conduct, and felony possession of a firearm on school grounds. I got called a traitor for what I did, but it is what it is. I ended up taking a plea deal. I pled guilty to misdemeanor disorderly conduct. I got to serve 6 months of probation, which will cost me about $350, and everything else is dismissed. And once it's all done, I get my bonds back. I don't have a felony. I can get my firearm back, and I can reapply to get my firearm license back again. I've been called a traitor, saying I let the cops win, blah, blah, blah. Some people may feel that about me. Others may not. I'm just going to shoot straight. I don't bullshit. I don't have a reason to. The reason I did it is I got a family. I've got 3 kids and a wife that depend on my income. I own a business that's doing pretty well. So the risk is 2 or 3 years in jail. Good time doing, 1 year to a year and a half. Or I take the plea deal, and in 6 months this is all done and it's all behind me. The other part of the deal was the officer who allegedly got beat up by my driver's license filed a protection order against me because he's scared of me, apparently. So I have a protection order against me for this cop for 6 months as well. So I cannot go anywhere he is. I can't go to his house, blah, blah, blah. I mean, you all know what the deal is with protection orders. Because I got one against swine. Psh. Is it a car wash business? No, it is not a car wash business. So that's kind of the long and short of everything. So, some people believe you fight the system all the way through. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, so, yeah, he can't come near me. Although I did catch him the other day creeping me when I was in New Chicago, because my mother and my grandfather live in New Chicago. So I went there to pick up my son, and it just so happens as soon as I came into town, they knew I was there, and they parked in a church parking lot and sat there while I was at my mom's, and came by and stopped behind my vehicle and ran my plate. I'm sure to make sure it was me, and I'm pretty sure it was Phillips, who's the cop that has the protection order against me. So, with that being said, what are your guys' thoughts, comments? You think good deal, bad deal, traitor, not traitor? I mean, the bottom line for me is I got 3 kids and a wife that depend on me, and as much as I would have loved to fight it through, and as much as I would have loved to beat the system, the reality is this was the most cost-effective way. This was the most beneficial way for my family, just to wrap everything up. Right, I get that, Jen, but I'm just asking how people feel about it. There's other auditors and things out here that, if you're in my situation, do you take a plea deal? Yeah, that's how I look at it. I mean, the reality is West Central is in 6 months, I'm totally free again, and I can hit the ground running as far as getting back out there. I mean, I still do some cop watching and some auditing and stuff, but like, I have to be super careful being on probation and being on bond, because if I fuck up, like, it brings back all my shit. You know what I'm saying? I got felonies pending and stuff. Hang on a second. Yo. Uh, 39 star pound. Or 339 star. Or 389. Yeah. Alright. Cool, man. Later. Got guys out working, so I run a 24/7 operation across Indiana and Illinois, and picking up more work as the days go by. But that's the long and short of it. The other part, Jen, like you said, you asked if they're still messing with me. You know, I went to my mom's, and it just so happened that a new Chicago cop sat in the church parking lot behind the house, and as soon as I walked out the door, I kid you not, he was coming down the street. Is that coincidence? Maybe. Are they going to say it's coincidence? Yeah. You know, they're not going to admit to harassing me and stalking me when I'm in town. They've started following my mom now. Like, when my mom leaves her house, she's been followed a couple times by the police. So, you know, it is what it is. That's how they do things. They run things through intimidation, you know. If they mess with me enough, then I'm going to stop. If they mess with me enough, I'm going to go away. So, you know, it is what it is. You know, Officer George Fields follows my channel. He's subscribed. I'm pretty sure Billups is on here, the cop that put the protection order against me. But, you know, basically, that's where we're at, guys. I don't lie about stuff. I don't have anything to hide. I'm an open book. You know, I get threats and stuff all the time, just like other auditors do. People saying they're going to come whoop my ass. Like, I'm not hard to find. I posted my phone number on here 50 million times. You know, if you know my name, you can look me up. You know, I'm not hard to find. But that's where we're at. So you're going to see kind of limited stuff from me. And once things are done in 6 months, then we'll get it moving. So I would take questions if anybody in here has a question. Otherwise, I got to go home and I got to do payroll because it's payday tomorrow for my people. So I got to get payroll wrapped up. Right on, Moles. I've been over there. I lived in Hobart when I went to middle school. So I grew up in Lake Station, lived in Hobart, and then Hebron, Knox, and now I'm in Hammond. I was in Rensselaer for a while, San Diego, California. Now I bought a house and live in Hammond. Shoot me an email, Wells, indiebluenews@gmail.com, or I got a wrestling show coming up with an after party October 4th in Cedar Lake, bringing in Buff Bagwell. You're more than welcome to come out to the show and hang out. You know, we're going to hang out, and then we're going out to eat and stuff. We got a restaurant and stuff hosting the after party, so that's October 4th. You can look up Smash Mouth Pro Wrestling. That's my wrestling company. That's one of my businesses, and then I have another one. But yeah, you can do that. You know, shoot me an email, and you know, we can sit down and grab a burger. I can't grab a beer because I'm on probation. Otherwise, I'd grab a beer with you. But you know, we can grab a burger or whatever and chit chat and whatever. I'm always down to meet new folks, man. So, all right, guys. indiebluenews@gmail.com. Hit me up, Wells, and Huckleberry Auditor, because I want to connect with you, my man. Other than that, Stay safe, guys, and keep your cameras rolling.